Hello everyone, my name is Thiago. I am an applied scientist at aiXplain, and the intent of this video is to demonstrate how we can create an agent application in the aiXplain platform using its software development kit known as the aiXplain SDK. As you may know, an agent is an LLM with extended functionalities by tools. The agents can call these tools at any time to perform an action. A tool, for instance, can be an up-to-date database with information even after the LLM training. It can also be a simple tool such as a calculator to perform arithmetic operations, or it can also be another artificial intelligence model or LLM. So here my intent is to demonstrate to you how we can create an agent to respond questions in different languages, in different forms such as audio and text, and also how this agent is able to extract personal information about a named entity. Okay, so here is a collab that I created that I'm gonna go through each step in order for us to create this agent and to call with a couple examples. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is to install the dependencies that we need. In this case, the only dependency that we need indeed is the aiXplain SDK. To install it, I just need to do pip install aiXplain. So let's do it. Okay, there it goes. Once the SDK is installed in my Python application, what I need to do is to actually register my aiXplain team API key. Okay, so to see your team API keys or to create a new one is pretty simple. Like I'm gonna demonstrate, we just need to go into the UI platform of aiXplain, platform.aiXplain.com. So here on the top right, you're gonna have your name, and here you can see all the teams that you are part of. So you can create a new team if you want for a specific project. Since my project here to you guys is to generate an agent demo, I'm already on my team. I'm gonna just go on team settings and integrations. Here I can see all the team access keys that I have available. Since I have none here, I'm gonna create a new one. I'm gonna click on this button, create an access key. I'm gonna give the name of demo, and I'm gonna make this key available for 7 days. Okay. Once I click on create, I'm gonna have here my team access key. I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna go back to my collab and I'm gonna paste this key. Okay. I'm gonna run this command. And now I'm registered and I can in fact start to create my agent. The first step to create the agent is to set the tools that it's gonna be at their disposal. Okay, so in the aiXplain we have two kinds of tools. The model tools is the first one. So as you may know, aiXplain is one of the biggest artificial intelligence marketplaces in the world. There you can find models for different functions such as machine translation, speech synthesis, image detection, and any other artificial intelligence model, and from different suppliers, like from commercial one or even independent researchers, okay, to perform different tasks. So you can pick one of these models in our marketplace and you can actually use it as a tool in the agent that you're going to create in the same platform. So here to do this, you need to import the model tool class from the SDK, and this is the syntax where you can actually set your tools. I'm going to set 3 kinds of model tools here. One is the speech synthesis, such as now my agent will have available to them a model that can convert text into audio. Okay, I'm gonna also set a tool for machine translation such that it can answer a question in different languages, and also I'm gonna have the named entity recognition tool. Okay, so also besides that, any agent that you create on our platform, it already comes implicitly with an up-to-date database, to respond questions, to have up-to-date information. Okay, so I can run this cell. In this moment, I created my 3 tools that I'm gonna make available to my agent. Something that you can do, as I said, aiXplain is a marketplace that have a huge number of models for different tasks, but also from a wide range of suppliers. So you can choose one of the suppliers that you prefer to perform one of these given tasks. In this case, you just need to set the field supplier. We do have a numerator called supplier, and here you can check the suppliers that we have available. Let me run here first. So If I pick here, I'm able to see like the options of suppliers that we have. Okay, in this case, I'm gonna select, let's say, to just demonstrate the speech synthesis model by Google. So anytime now that my agent perform an action that requires a speech synthesis, it can call the speech synthesis tool, and we're gonna make sure that like one of Google, it's the one that is gonna be executed. Okay, so I'm gonna run the cell again. So there it goes, I created my model tools. So as I said, we have two kinds of tools at the moment to create like an agent in aiXplain. One of them is a pipeline tool. As you may know, like in aiXplain, we have a product called Designer, and in Designer you can build complex solutions for tasks that require different models of different functions. For instance, like a speech translation that you require speech recognition and translation and so on. So one of these pipelines that you created in Designer, you can also make at the disposal of like the agents. Okay, for that you just need to set the pipeline ID that you created in our platform. As I said in the beginning, in our application we also want like our agent to be able to extract personal information about a given named entity. Okay, so for that we created a pipeline in Designer, and we're gonna pick this pipeline and make it available as a tool for our agent. Okay, so let me demonstrate to you how this pipeline looks like. So I'm gonna go back here to my team in the platform. I'm gonna go to Discover. Here I'm gonna set the pipelines, and I do have like my personal info extractor pipeline. If I click on it, I can open it at the Designer. This is how it looks like. Okay, so basically it receives a name. So it's gonna search this name in Wikipedia to return the Wikipedia page about this name or the similar pages about it. These pages are going to be given as a context to a large language model, in this case GPT-4o mini, together with a prompt that it's going to ask to extract like a personal information about that entity, such as like date of birth, place of birth, and so on. Okay, so we can run this pipeline to test. I'm going to go back to its specification. I'm going to click on the try it out page. And here I can ask for any entity, named entity. So let's say I look for this person, Taylor Swift, right? So there it goes, right? So it runs the Wikipedia, brings the similar pages about the singer, and then like it builds the information about her, such as like her full name, like her date of birth and her nationality. Okay, so I want to use this pipeline as a tool to my agent. To do this, I just need to copy the ID. Okay, I'm gonna paste the ID here. Behind the scenes, like also automatically a description is generated to this pipeline. So this description is gonna be available to the agent, so the agent are aware of what this pipeline does. Okay, and here I just need to run this cell, and I'm gonna instantiate my pipeline tool. Okay, so now I do have my model tools and my pipeline tools, so I can go forward and indeed create my agent. Okay, for that, like we have a class in the SDK called Agent Factory, and inside it, like I have a method called create. Then I need to give a name to my agent, right? I can like set the tools that it's gonna be available to that agent. I can give a description. So in this case, like my agent, it's gonna be able to use Wikipedia to answer questions, for instance. And another thing that you need to set, it's the large language model that actually it's gonna play the role of that agent. In this case, I'm selecting the ID of GPT-4o in the aiXplain marketplace. But again, just remind you, like aiXplain is a huge marketplace in artificial intelligence, and we have like available several large language models that can be used as agents. Okay, so just to show to you, I'm gonna go back here in Discover. So here I have the number of models that are available, right? I'm gonna filter here just the LLMs that are known by the function text generation in our platform. And here you have available all the LLMs, right? We have like the entire GPT family, GPT-4, GPT-4o, ChatGPT. We do have like Llama 3, and they're different like sizes. Okay, we do have like Llama 2, Falcon, Mixtral, and many others. So to use any of those, you just need to click on them, like select the ID and paste the ID there. Okay, in this case, we're gonna use the GPT-4o. So now, like we are ready to create our agent. So let's run the cell. So here it goes, my agent is created, and then you can see that I printed here its ID. Okay, so as like any asset in the aiXplain platform, an agent also has an ID. Okay, after that, like this agent, it's available so you can plug in any of like your Python applications. For that, like anytime that you want to initialize like one of the agents that you create in one of your Python applications, you just need to use the method get that it's inside the agent factory, right? So let me demonstrate here how you can do. Like you do get, you paste here the ID, and then here like the agent is initialized. Here like I printed its information in a dictionary, so you can take a look. Okay, and then once it is initialized, to run it, like also an agent has like a method called run, and you can just like here paste one of the instructions to our agent. Here for our application, we're gonna do like a first question. So we're gonna ask for the name of the driver who won the Formula 1 championship in 2023, kind of like a recent information. But besides that, I'm gonna also ask them like to answer in an English audio. So let's see how it performs. Okay, there it goes. So it brought to me the answer. Okay, so the answer contains a status. It says that it was successful. That means that actually it returns a successful call. And then here inside, I do have like the data that it's indeed the response of like my agent. So let's zoom in into this data. And here we can say that it brings two information. One of them is a session ID. We're gonna understand like this information later. Okay, and it actually brought the answer inside the output field. So here it says that the driver who won the Formula 1 championship in 2023 is Max Verstappen. This information is correct. And it also brings here an audio with like the synthesized information. Let's see if like this audio is correct. So for that I created this cell to extract actually like an audio link from the response. Okay, let's execute that.
The driver who won the Formula 1 championship in 2023 is Max Verstappen.
So I think you were able to hear, indeed, like the information is correct. The audio is in English with the right information, right? So it manages to synthesize the information. Okay, so we can move forward now, like just to demonstrate another feature of like our agents, that it's the ability to answer follow-up questions. I can continue this like conversation that I started with like the agent about like Formula 1. Okay, for that it's like the use how the session ID is useful, right? So any question, any instruction that you give to an agent, like when it comes back to you in the response, it's gonna bring like a new session ID. The session ID is available for around 15 days. And then to continue that conversation, you can like do a follow-up question or a follow-up instruction and passing the session ID as a parameter. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna extract the session ID of my first response, and now I'm gonna ask to extract the personal information about this driver. So let's see how it works. Okay, there it goes. So it brought the response. So let's zoom in the answer on the output. So it says that Max Emilian Verstappen was born on September 30, 1997. He's both Belgian and Dutch. So this information is correct. It manages to extract the information in Wikipedia about him. Okay, so I can keep going with like a follow-up question now. I will ask about what was the champion in 1991, but I'm gonna do on the way that he gonna need the context, right? Just for you to see how actually our agent is able to understand the conversation. But besides that, I will also ask to answer this information in German. Okay, so let's see how it goes. Okay, there it goes. It brought me the answer, right? It brought me now that like the champion 1991 was Ayrton Senna, and it brought me the information in German, right? So I can do another follow-up question, ask me to give like his personal information, right? Who was Ayrton Senna? Let's see. Okay, then here it says like Ayrton Senna was born on March 21st, 1960, and the date of like when he passed away. Okay, so just to show also like how this our agent has like really up-to-date information. So I'm recording this video in the beginning of August. We are in the middle of Olympics, and then there was like a new record that was set to Brazil in terms of medal. I'm gonna ask about this information and see if the agent will be able to answer, right? So who is the Brazilian athlete who most won Olympic medals for their country? Look for their personal info as well. So let's see. Okay, then here it brought me the answer. So let's see if it's correct. The Brazilian athlete who has won the most Olympic medals is Rebeca Andrade. This is correct. She has a total of 6 Olympic medals, surpassing sailors Robert Schuyler and Torben Grael. Okay, and then also brings like her date of birth. So the information here is correct. So here you can see like the power of like the agents that you can create through aiXplain. Okay, so once you create an agent, as I said, it's available to you at any time. You can just instantiate on your Python application on this way. Okay, but here in this case, since like I'm just using this agent to demonstrate, just to scratch the surface of what you can do, I can also delete this agent like to clean up my dashboard, and this is what I'm gonna do. And that's it. So I hope I managed to show like a bit of like what you can do with agents and the agent's creation and agent execution through the biggest artificial intelligence marketplace that is aiXplain. Take care.